It's a great day, Medical Monday. As we mentioned before the break, a lot can be done with fillers and Botox to fight the signs of aging. But for most of us, there comes a point when the only way to fight gravity is to literally lift it all back up. Dr. Scott Yarish from Yarish Plastic Surgery and her new UMD can help you achieve a fresher look. He's here this morning along with his patient, Carol Howes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll get to all those fillers and stuff in a minute, but let's talk about a facelift. Like a facelift consists of several things. Sometimes people just generally throw out facelift, but really it's about what portion of your face that might need to be addressed, if not all.
All of it or any single part of it.
Yeah.
A true facelift that everybody's thought about is a facelift is actually just neck and jowls, cheeks. But most people along with that will do eyes because they age roughly at the same time, or maybe a brow lift. But the whole idea is to make everything look natural and healthy, and maybe turn the clock back a few years.
Yeah, and Carol, that's what you said. You said, I don't want to look like I'm 25 again. I just want to look fresher.
I did, and I said, I don't want to look plastic. I want to look like I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
I want to talk to people. I feel young because mentally I am young. And Dr. Yarish did that. I mean, literally did that.
We're going to have you before and after in just a minute here, but you were always putting your best face forward anyway, because you did speak to people.
I did.
What was that first moment? I think we all had that moment where we look in the mirror and go, what is that? What's going on there, right? What was your first moment where you kind of went, did you capture it in a picture? Did you look in the mirror one day?
When I felt like I'm not myself anymore. It was when Marcia, my boss, said, you know, Carol, I need you to go with me and be the face of Murray Resources. And I looked in the mirror and I said, I don't think I can do that anymore. I don't look the way I feel and the way I think. Yeah. And she said, I think I can take care of that. And I met Dr. Scott Yarish, and I said, don't make me look 50 or even 30, 35. Make me look younger and fresher, like I feel inside.
And sometimes in plastic surgery, you want to radically change something, like somebody might need a rhinoplasty and change it. But really, when it comes to addressing aging, we just want to look fresher, not radically different.
Yeah, if you look at somebody and you know they've had a facelift, that's a bad facelift.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of facelifts out there. A lot of people think, well, I don't want a facelift because it looks so artificial.
Yeah.
Most of the facelifts you see.
Your face is brighter now, right? You look brighter, and like you just look at how you just kind of freshened up things with there you go, from the side and the whole bit, right?
No, on the left is her before photo, and on the right is what, 10 years later?
Yeah.
12, this is 10 years later.
12 years later.
It has been 15 years since
now 15
I
years
had
now.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also the good sign when it's lasted,
That was
right?
a good sign, yeah,
right.
well, really, yeah.
So where are the incisions made? Where did you go into the area, to her face?
I'll show you. Can the camera see this? So we make a little incision up in the hairline, and it comes down behind the ear here, and right in the crease of the ear, and then back behind. So nobody ever sees them.
You can't see that.
You just can't see them.
Yeah, yeah. And what was your recovery process like?
Actually, I was back to work in about 8 days.
Oh, wow. And so when you went back, people were like, that 8 days that she was off, she must have slept.
I know.
Because she looks fresh.
Actually, when I went into the office, people said, that's Carol.
Carol, how did it impact your self-esteem?
Oh, changed my life. Changed my life. It did.
And the thing you like about Dr. Yarish also is that everyone in the office is also part of the team.
Oh, they're wonderful. Dr. Yarish's office, every person there, every nurse, technician, all the office staff, they treat you like you're $1 million. And you feel that way.
Yeah. That's why we're wearing green. We feel like $1 million today, right? It's
today was green.
All right. Yeah. We mentioned earlier that there are several other things in technology and, of course, fillers and stuff that someone might not be ready for a facelift, or you do it in conjunction with, right? So there's a thing called Face Tight. That's fairly new.
I love Face Tight.
Yeah,
I love Face Tight. If I've got somebody that really comes in, they want a facelift, but they're really not ready for it, or they're emotionally not ready or physically not ready, Face Tight is something we can do under local anesthesia. And it's a radio frequency. It's like a high intensity ultrasound, basically, but real high intensity, and creates heat. And just through a tiny little incision made with a needle, We go under the skin and it tightens, it heats the skin and just tightens it up.
Wow.
And so it doesn't do, of course, what a facelift does, but it makes a really remarkable difference. If
Well,
you
that's
want
the point you
something
made.
simple.
Somebody like right before, going into a facelift, it's like you can get that done instead and kind of
You
push
get that
off the
done
years,
instead,
right?
push it off for a few years, yeah.
Okay, and then of course dermal fillers. We fight being fat, right, for part of our life, and then we start going, wait a minute, I want some more fat in here. So
Yeah,
with
more
the fillers,
fat.
you really can fill in the places that look
They're
like.
awesome. When I do a facelift, instead of putting artificial fillers in, I put fat in, and so I use that's because a lot of aging is from the atrophy of the fat. But the dermal fillers are awesome. We do that in our medical spa. And, Restylane, Radius, Juvederm, there are a lot of products that the names have been out there forever.
Right.
But they just plumping up your face a little bit can make a big difference too.
Yeah,
We'll
and
do
so,
that
in fact, sometimes you say, okay, let me see what it will look like, and if you like that, you can do that
Well, we
surgically.
can show you options, like a photograph of what it would look like with a facelift, what it would look like with fillers, what it would look like with face tight.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, that's a facelift right there, but that's amazing. Okay. BBL, photo rejuvenation, and laser resurfacing. That's the other thing that can also take some years off of our skin and make us look fresher.
Absolutely. Your skin looking fresher, you can look 5 years younger just by getting more freshness in your skin. And the lasers we have and the other technologies we have in the office they're awesome. I put all of my patients on it.
Yeah. All right, you mentioned earlier if somebody's not ready for a facelift. What determines whether somebody's really ready for a facelift versus some of these other things that you talked about?
Part of it's emotional. They have to want it, and but also physically, the neck hanging and the jowls and
Nothing's going to fix that unless you're really pulling it up.
Nothing's going to if it hangs enough, nothing's going to fix it unless you pull it up.
All right,
Yeah.
making it
So,
right again, and we're taking a look at all those before and afters that you had there, where it made just the world of difference. And again, they don't look like different people; they just look younger and fresher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
To schedule a consultation with Dr. Yarish or with his medical spa, Renew You MD, call 832-856-4281. 832-856-4281. Be sure to mention, he's like, let me write it down. Be sure to mention Great Day Houston when you call, because you'll get $100 off any non-surgical service of $300 or more. Carol's face is open. She's like, really? Okay, for more information, log on to yarishmd.com, and Yarish is spelled Y-A-R-I-S-H.